Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. My name is Anas and I'm a teacher at the International Knowledge School. Today we'll go through or pick up where we left off the last lesson, and then we will do the last episode's homework. So we're doing the opposite of what we do, of what we usually do. So let's go to pick up where we left off. We finished this the last time, and this is the page that we're on today. Now here, this is a very simple lesson, measuring with non-standard units. So usually we measure in meters and kilometers and things like that. But here, we're going to measure with our hands, feet, and arm. Okay? So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So hand is measuring like this. So you spread your hand like this and measure from this end to this end. Okay, so that's how you measure with your hand. Now here, with your legs or feet, you walk one step, and that's 1. So if you want to measure the distance between one point to another, you just walk, or like this, and you measure each step as 1. You can measure with your feet as well, and that's considered 1 feet. So 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet. Here, using your arms, so you spread your arms like this, and that's 1. Okay, and then using your arm to measure. Okay, so let's start with this one here. Choose body units to measure these objects. Record the lengths. Okay, so first with our hands. So if this is a pencil, and we're measuring how long it is. Now this is a pencil. It's not exactly the same. See, now the pencil is shorter, but we can say this is 1. Only 1, because this is just 1, right? It's less than 1, but just for this example, we can say 1. Okay, now this table, let's see how long it is. 1, 2, and a half. I'll make it sure. A half, see? Again. 1, 2, and a half. Okay, so this is, I just made this clearer. Yeah, and a half. Or more than a half, but yeah. Okay, so here we can say 2 and a half of these fingers. Okay, now you can measure the length of a chair that you have and see how long it is using your hands. Okay, this is something you have to do. So you just take the chair and you do this basically. So you measure 1, 2, and then until you stop at the end, and you write the number here. So that's how you measure using your hand. And then you measure using your finger, your feet. So you put this next to your feet, your foot, and then check if it's the same length or less. Now, just for the sake of this example, I'm gonna write 1, almost 1, not exactly, but yeah, almost 1. Now for this, I think this is like 1 feet, or maybe 1 feet, 2 feet, or maybe 2 or 3 feet. Let's say it's 2 feet, because if our feet sometimes is big, so it's even bigger than the hand. So it's probably just 2 feet. Again, the chair is something that you have to do, so do it and then tell me how long it is, because chairs are different. Okay, now last one, or this one, is arms. So how many arms is this one? Only 1. Only 1. How many arms is this pencil? Well, not even half, maybe quarter. Quarter. Because if you see the pencil and you see my arm, it's a huge difference. So that's one quarter. Pencil, the chair is the same, something you have to do. Oops, sorry. Chair is the same, something you have to do. And then walking, so I'm guessing this is just 1 for walking. Same thing here, maybe a quarter. For this one here, I don't think it's 0, absolutely 0 for the pencil. because the pencil is so small. For the table, I would say 1 as well. Not exactly, 1's less, maybe half. For this one, maybe half. Let's say half. These are for you to do. So that's how you measure using non-standard units, using your hand, walking, your arm, feet, and your open arms. Okay? Alright. Now measure some of these objects. Again, this is something that you have to do. You don't have to measure these objects per se. You can measure anything you have at home using these methods. So here, this is how you count with your hand, or how you measure with your hands. Here with your feet, walking arms, and long arms. Okay? Join objects to show if they are longer or shorter than your arm span or your feet. Okay? So if you open your arms and you compare them to the length of this pencil, which one is longer? Your arms or the pencil? So here we can say the pencil is shorter than my arm span. But here we want longer arm span or shorter than your, okay, good. If they are longer or shorter than your arm span or your feet, I would choose longer than your arm span, and you can do shorter than your foot, okay? Let's see. A phone is shorter than the arm span, so we don't match this one. Jumping rope is longer than your arm span, so here we can match this one. Here, a needle is shorter, so no. A car is longer, yeah. Longer than your arm span. A football goal, yeah, it's longer. Sunglasses are smaller, no. A spoon is smaller, no. A bed is longer, so we can match it here. Okay, now you have to do shorter. So go ahead, pause the video and see which one of these are shorter than your foot, and then match it. So go ahead and pause now. Okay, if you pause the video and you play it again, let's check the answers together. Now a phone is shorter than your foot. So you can match this one here. A needle is shorter than your foot. Sunglasses are shorter. A spoon is also shorter. Okay, so these are all shorter than your foot, and these are all longer than your arm span and your foot as well, but here we have shorter and here we have longer, so that's why we matched it this way. Okay, so that's it for this one. Here, assessment. Work with a group to measure the length of your desk. Use your hand spans. Okay, so are all the results the same? Yes, write it here. Who has the longest hand span? Who has the shortest hand span? Now, hand spans are not all the same. So my hand span might be longer than yours. Yours might be longer than mine. So they are different. Okay, so that's why you have the question here. Who has the longest hand span? So some of you might have longer, some of you might have shorter. But you're going to work in a group to measure the length of your desk. You can do this with your brothers or your sister or your parents or your cousins, anyone that you have at home, and try to measure different things using your hand span and see which one is longer, which one is shorter, and how many units you get. So here, let's see, 1, 2 and a half. So you just try your best to measure how long things are and see if you can compare them to each other. Now, as homework, you're gonna have to do a couple of things today. This one here, measure different things at home using these methods, and then this is the last question. Work with a group to measure the length of your desk. Not necessarily your desk, but anything else that you have at home that you can measure. And then answer these questions. Are all the results the same? Who has the longest hand span and who has the shortest hand span? Okay, this was a very short lesson. It's pretty simple. That's why we don't really want to spend so much time on it. So if you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments below, and I'll try to help. Maybe make another video to explain it. But that's it for this lesson. Now, we're not gonna finish the lesson this fast. we're going to go to the review page at the end, answer the homework that we had the last time, and move on from there. Okay, so here, tick the longest shoelace in each set. So here, this one is the longest. Here we have 4, so long, shorter, shorter. This is the longest, so we tick this one. Okay, and here we have long, short, long, short, longer, shorter. This one is the longest. Okay, we have short, short, long, short. This is the longest. Okay, so that's the answer to the homework. Now, finish these drawing. Draw them in order, starting with the shortest. So we're going to draw shortest, long, longest. So I'm going to do the first one here. This one is the shortest. I'm going to do the first one, first question, and then you have to do the rest. This is the shortest, and this is long. And this is the longest. Okay, now that you get the idea, I want you to pause the video and do the same for these. Shortest, long, longest. Shortest, long, longest. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, if you pause the video and you're back, let's do them together. Near, I think. Okay. Next up. Okay. This was long. Do one more. And this is the longest. Okay, not the best, but I'm pretty sure you can do much better. Now after you finish these, try to color them in the same color as these. I will check if I have the same colors and I'll do them with you, but if I don't, you might have to do these alone. So, try your best to do that. Okay, so finish these nails. I'm pretty much sure you did this, so I'm gonna do the last one, these two. Okay, so good. Okay, and then long. And then the longest. Okay, so here we have shortest, long, longest. Shortest, long, longest. Shortest, long, and longest. Again, try to color them because they would look much nicer than they do now. Okay, next up, which is the tallest building? Now here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, D, E. Which is the tallest building? Tallest. B. Okay, now you have to guess which is the shortest building. Can you guess? Which is the shortest building? If you guessed A, that's okay, it's short. But D is shorter. So here, this is the shortest. D is the shortest. Okay, now write the buildings in height order, starting from the tallest. So it's gonna start tall, and then we're gonna go down. Okay, so I want you to pause the video now and order them from the tallest to the shortest. So tallest here and shortest here. Okay, so tall, shorter, shorter, shorter until you get to D. So go ahead and pause the video now and write and order them now. Okay, so if you pause the video and order them, let's go ahead and write the height order. So you have B, C, E, A, D. B, C, E, A, D. Okay, so this is the height order of these buildings. All right, great. Moving on to the next one. How many cubes long is this stick? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It stops here. Okay, that's 8. 8 cubes. Okay, so that's 8 cubes long. Then we can measure many other things using the cubes, but in this example we just measured the stick. Okay, measure the height of your chair, use cubes or your hand span. Now this is something you'll have to do along with what we did in today's lesson. So that's your homework for today. You have a couple of things to do. And then this one on page 107, and you have to see how long these things are using non-standard tools or units. It's a pretty simple lesson. Again, although it might need more explanation, and that's fine. Just make sure you write in the comments if you don't understand anything, and I'll try my best to help you understand them in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new today, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.